is a telepathic stream of consciousness message from Donald J. Trump. Make America great again. This year is going to be huge. It's going to be a year of rebuilding, a year of restructuring. Believe me, it's going to be incredible. You can expect so many exciting things, just tremendous things coming your way this year. We are going to expand and grow as a nation like never before. Not just here at home, but globally. I'm talking about making the United States a bigger, stronger world power. We're going to work on reshaping and restructuring the global.
Okay, so Donald Trump couldn't get on TV or on his Truth Social or anything like that and address the truther community or people who are aware of secret space programs or time travel technology. James Rink, my esteemed colleague, who I do respect in many ways. He is a real super soldier. I served with him at Montauk, but he is heavy duty under mind control, to just be completely upfront about it. He actually shared this video. That video that you just saw at the beginning is real. And yeah, instead of Trump like actually addressing like this community and what's going on, we have secret drops through Q and channeled messages, channeled telepathic messages and dreams too. We also got dreams. Let's take a look at that. So we got Lillian over here. Look, man, it's been a long time coming to make this video. I don't like talking crap about people. I don't respect people who make their entire content like, we're going to expose this person and da-da-da-da-da. But this is getting ridiculous. And I just want to point out how ridiculous it actually is. So let's take a look at this and how absolutely ridiculous it is. Share entire screen. And yeah. This is from Lily Nova. Just had a dream where I spoke with my contact K as well as Donald Trump. I told them that they have to give us something. Yeah, no shit, because they're not giving you anything. Yep. At the end of the dream, we got the green light to proceed with disclosure. A big green light. Oh, good. Permission. Oh.
Let's just all clap like seals.
Upon waking, I asked for clarification on some things. Why hasn't Donald J. Trump disclosed certain things yet? Because he's in the Epstein files, and the JFK files already got burned down in the building that they were kept in, like 60 years ago, 50 years ago. That's why. They replied priorities. Yeah, keeping Donald Trump safe from being exposed that he's in the Epstein files. What have been his priorities? Safety and security. You mean making the United States get taken over by a militarized police state? Is that what you mean? Of our planet, people, country, the planet, knocking out certain dark forces. By certain dark forces, do you mean the people who are against propping up the AI super surveillance state and the Department of Government Efficiency, which leads to the Overseer AI, which hooks up to us through Musk's Neuralink, and we no longer have any human decision-making, and that's what the song Sound of Silence is about? But no one would know about that if they listened to your intel or Michael Sawa's intel or Journey to Truth's intel or fucking anybody's in this community's intel, because you're all just talking out of your asses saying a bunch of fucking bullshit. It's bullshit. None of this is true. This is all garbage. I have actually been to the future, to the past. I have walked through portals. And you want to know what? So has Lily. She has alters. But apparently, she's under mind control just as much as James. I've served with her in these programs. I know that she's in these programs. I've talked about it before with Drago Reed. I feel like we talked about it a little bit on the show. We did a show with Tyler Kiwala. He's also in these programs. James Rink, like I said at the beginning of the show, he's also in these programs. But that does not mean that they're not sharing garbage intel and cutting off the feet of this movement so it cannot walk, so it cannot get anywhere. Let's look at what else they got to say here. With recent peace talks and cleanup of the swamp, we are now entering the next phase. Are we now entering the next phase of disclosure and waking? I believe so. We must have some level of stability and peace before disclosure of ETs and before we can rejoin the galactic community. Dark forces must be taken out, and I believe we're making a lot of progress. Disclaimer, I know T is not a savior. Yeah, whatever. He is playing a role in this dualistic reality to be a conduit of change. Yeah, whatever. To help expose darkness and corruption and push the collective to awaken and remember who we truly are. Sounds like a Christ-like figure to me. What the hell? Sometimes that gets messy. Have faith. Like in Jesus Christ. Just like in Jesus. Have faith in Donald Trump. We are on the right path and the beginning of the golden age is here. What baby-brained ass bullshit. How can you even believe in that crap at all, even remotely? Things are not always what they seem. You know what? Sometimes a cigar is a fucking cigar. Sometimes a pervert pedophile con artist politician is a pervert con artist politician. There are many layers to what is happening. Look at it from a higher perspective. What higher perspective? This is how they condescend to the public. They act like they understand some sort of esoteric thing about Donald Trump, about this all, and their patience. And the public, it doesn't understand. They don't understand. They're not awake. No, you're the ones who don't understand. The vast majority of the public does not want giant AI data centers being built. They're fighting against it. They're against this Trump regime. They're against militarized police. And these brave men and women and what have you are going on the streets and fighting against this fascist regime. These are the true heroes. Like not the people in this community who are telling you to just eat popcorn. You see that popcorn emoji? That means just watch the show. Just enjoy it. Don't do anything. Be passive. Don't be active. Don't participate. Just listen to Lily Nova. Listen to all these people and wait for Donald Trump to fucking save America and save the world. Wake up. This is garbage. This is garbage. Boo. Boo. Tyler Kiwala. For the people that scour the internet looking for new reasons to hate Trump, I'm not defending him in any capacity, but this is interesting. And this shows that
Ghislaine Maxwell, the most trustworthy, honest person in the world. Like, let's all listen to her now. Let's all prop her up.
Do you ever hear Mr. Epstein or anybody say that Mr. Trump has done anything inappropriate with masseuses or anyone? Well, absolutely never in any context. How can you share this like this is intel? How? I'm curious what the people in the audience are thinking right now. I'm going to look at the chat real quick here.
Yeah, this is the stuff with Ghislaine is going exactly as I predicted, or as many other people have predicted.
Hey, you're not even in the stream
Yeah,
at all.
the stuff with Ghislaine is going exactly as me and many other people predicted. She's going to say that Trump was never in the files, that she never saw him doing anything, and he's going to give her a pardon, and she's going to walk free.
And then people are going to actually eat it up, which is just disgusting. She participated in the sexual assaults. It's like asking a rapist who else raped with them. In fact, it's not like, it is. That is literally what they're doing. They're asking a convicted rapist who raped women with Jeffrey Epstein, hey, is Donald Trump innocent? The guy who's the president of the United States and has the power to pardon you? Is he innocent? How stupid do you have to be? How fucking brainwashed do you have to be to see this shit and actually eat it up? I mean, seriously, they must be taking these people and reprogramming them every night to be this brain dead. Like, which I literally do see in James Rink's eyes, that he does just get taken like constantly and recalibrated constantly. I actually feel sorry for him. I reached out to James before the show. I said, I'm going to be talking about you, James. Doesn't mean you're not my brother, but the intel you share is totally bunk. And he's like, I'm just sharing information. It's not mine. What does that even mean?
If you're sharing it, it is your information.
People say it's, yeah, you have a... Oh,
people don't share information on Facebook of things that they don't believe to be true in some way. Like if I share something on Facebook and I find out that it's a hoax or something, I delete it and I remove it off my wall. So
no, yeah, you don't just share me. There we go. That's much better.
That's better.
You don't just keep it on your channel and just share it like it's real. I mean,
big if true.
People assume that if you're an SSP person and you're sharing stuff on your Facebook or your Instagram or your YouTube or anywhere at all, they assume, unless you say, take this with a grain of salt, I'm not sure about this, they're going to assume that it's intel. They're going to assume that it's the truth because people look to us for leadership because we're the people who walked through portals and went to the future and back in time and stuff. Believe it or not, that should, big word, should give us a bigger perspective than civilians, than the average person here on Earth. And they recognize that and look up to us because of that. So that doesn't mean you just haphazardly share whatever feel-good information you find on the internet like it's fucking real. That's not how we treat this information. This is literally the future of mankind. Everything you know and love. Everything that makes us human. That's what's at stake here. And it's time to start acting like it.
Yeah, I see people's posts on Facebook, and it's just paragraphs and paragraphs of obviously false information, and yet people still share it and like slurp that slop up right in your mouth. Doesn't matter if it's true or not. All that matters is that it feels good.
Okay, and then here this is important because, again, I feel so bad putting James Rink on blast because you want to know why James is compromised? Because he listens to people so much. The last thing James would ever do is say to someone, I don't believe you. I think you might be lying. It's the last thing James would ever do. He really cares about this community. He just happens to be psyoped by the Trump thing. So I want to make it clear. This guy's been doing work for over a decade. He's so important to this community, and I love this man. I do. I love him with all my heart. We've been through hell and back together. All right. So I feel bad talking about him in any negative capacity, but it has to be done. Okay. This is from 2020. Utsava YouTube channel was shut down yesterday. Unlocked. Trump will forgive all student loans. Arrests. Update. New prophecy preview. Okay. It's 2025 now. No one's students' loans are forgiven. I received some more prophetic information. Below are the insights, are the highlights. And what this is, like I said, somebody told him all this stuff, and he's like, damn, that sounds awesome. Good news. And then he just shared it. And he wants it to be true. I want this to be true. This would be awesome. Right?
Yeah.
It'd be great if it was all true. But the problem with it is it's not. That's which kind of matters, everyone. The Patriots have taken over the entire system, such as the agriculture, banking, school, commerce. They control the food, where it's coming from, and where it's going. They've taken over the central banks and the Fed. We will get rid of the IRS. What's taking so long? The Patriots have taken over the school system. There will be no more Common Core. Students or children study from home more. The medical system is changing. They'll simplify things. None of that happened. None of this happened. They also stopped the lobbyists from lobbying. No, actually, Trump sold out our federal land and our forests and stuff to be logged.
Drill, baby, drill.
And is just totally gutting our country and all of our natural resources to be bought out by the highest bidder when, as American citizens, technically that all belongs to us. They're taking that away from us. So you talk about them taking, like, gold out of the Federal Reserve and giving it to everybody. It's been the opposite. They are robbing us of our national parks that we are allowed to park on and camp on for free. As long as you move around, I think it's every I can forget the laws, but you are allowed to camp there and basically live there for free as long as you're a bit of a nomad about it. They're getting rid of that now. They're trying to make it so you can't be a nomad, so you can't live in your car, so you can't do all this stuff. They're criminalizing it on purpose. That's why he's targeting the homeless. He's going around targeting homeless people. He's got squads of masked goons going around literally kidnapping people. And these dolts, these absolute fucking seals, these morons are clapping and cheering it on. I am tired of acting like I want to be their friends. I don't want to be these people's friends. I want them to get their heads out of their asses and wake the fuck up. Then maybe we could be friends. But until that happens, I don't want to associate with any of these fucking people.
Yeah, if you have your head so far up your ass with all this spiritual stuff that you can't pay attention, you can't like see clearly what's going on the ground, then fuck you. Like there's people who are being harmed, people who are whose lives are being gravely affected, people who are there's probably going to be millions of people that are going to die because of this presidency. And if you can't see that, then neither of us want anything to do with it.
And there's stuff, I mean, I found so many videos. I'm going to be doing a more current event stream. I'm going to be doing a video on AI soon, but we'll share some of the information now. But like, you know, one example is in the rural South, there are these food programs where farms would make sure that fresh food, like, you know, grown out of the ground, organic food on farms, black-run farms in the South, it was getting on people's tables, like people in nursing homes. I think they were even serving it at schools and all these things. And it was this amazing government program that's exactly what Make America Healthy Again is all about.
That's
except,
what it should be.
Yeah, it was already there, like making sure that these people in basically what you would call a food desert otherwise, you know what I mean? You go to the corner store and they've got prepackaged crap food that's going to give you cancer if you eat it enough. This was a program to circumvent that and make sure that some of these lower class people have good, healthy food to eat. And I guess that's too communist or
It's too woke.
socialist or whatever.
DEI. It's woke.
So anyway, here's another completely fake prediction from James. Bill Gates has been arrested. He is charged and has some sort of plea deal. He is heavily negotiating. He is at home on bail. No matter what deal he will get for cooperation, he'll still end up in prison. Tom Hanks has killed hundreds of children. He'll be executed for this. He is arrested. Blah, 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 blah.
JFK Jr. will reveal himself. When's that going to happen, guys?
Oprah has been arrested and charged for human trafficking. Blah, blah, blah. That didn't happen either. Madonna's not in prison. Prince Charles is not under house arrest. Chelsea Clinton. None of this stuff is true. Other than the Tom Hanks thing, that actually put my hands up there. That guy's probably not probably. But the thing is that here's the thing with all the celebrities doing weird stuff like that. They turn it into all the Democrat celebrities are doing it, and they're friends with Bill Clinton. That's the fucking problem. There's no party lines with this, okay? No party lines at all. They're all doing it, Democrat and Republican. And anybody who comes on my platform and thinks that I'm a Democrat or a liberal, you've got another thing coming to you. That's not what I am. I'm neither of those things. Just because you're not right wing doesn't mean that, it's two wings of the same bird, as I've been trying to say. Okay, so anyway, now I'm gonna play a video here too. We're gonna talk a bit about Brian. I made a video earlier talking about how he's trying to get all these SSP people to move in with him. Go watch it. You shouldn't move in with him. But one of the things that he gaslit about and he gaslit Catherine about and really pissed off Catherine about was and I apologize for this. I should have stood up to it earlier, but was like his memes about I'm gonna remove this from the stage here. His memes about the forced birthing. What is that called? The Handmaid's Tale.
The Handmaid's Tale.
He really joked about it like anybody who was concerned about that was nuts or something. And I'm going to show you something.
Watch one episode of that show, and then you tell me if anything in that show is funny.
No,
or something to joke about.
Yeah, it's not something to joke about. And maybe the only reason we're and I'm being hypothetical, sweetheart, hear me out. The only reason why it would maybe be okay to joke about is these people are so far gone, they're exaggerating reality. That could maybe be the punchline. But we're going to show you here that's not possible because we're not exaggerating at all.
It's written out in Project.
Are the kind of people that people come out of.
So you just think they're meant to have babies? That's it. They're just a vessel.
No, it doesn't take any talent to simply reproduce biologically. The wife and mother, who is the chief executive of the home, is entrusted with 3 or 4 or 5 eternal souls.
I'm here as a working journalist, and I'm a mom of 3.
Good for you.
Is that an issue?
No, no, it's not automatically an issue.
Christchurch senior pastor Doug Wilson is the leader of a Christian nationalist movement that believes in a patriarchal society where men are dominant and women are expected to submit to their husbands. Josh and Amy Prince, along with their 4 kids, moved from Washington State to Moscow, Idaho, where Wilson's movement is based.
Do you see Amy as your equal?
Yes and no, in the sense that we're both saved by grace. We're absolutely on equal footing, but we have very different purposes, God-given.
But do you see yourself as the head of the household, as the man?
He is the head of our household.
Yes.
Yes, and I do submit to him.
So
moving
here
I was just
was
going to say that.
ultimately your decision.
People always talk about how these people want to take us back to the 1950s. No, they want to go back way further.
The Gilded
than that.
Age. Yeah. Just like I made a post about it on Facebook. What they want is no public education. They want little girls being forced to marry off old men. No health care that's accessible to the poor. No labor laws. No unions. None of that. They want to go back to the fucking Gilded Age.
And another thing that we can talk about while we're here, they really love to scapegoat trans people and gay people when it comes to the PDF files, because the Christian purity culture is the #1 threat to young girls and young boys as well, I would say, everywhere. And the most sexual assaults against children occur, the one institution, the one, what building do you think it occurs most commonly in? A church. They're trying to make you look over here instead of over there, okay?
Highlight that comment from Abigail.
I told Brian something that happened to a friend, and he laughed about like a woman can't assault men.
What an insult to you after all that you've been through to think that way.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yes,
That's a
great
example.
example.
Wilson says in his vision of a Christian society, women as individuals shouldn't be able to vote. His fellow pastors, Jared Longshore and Toby Sumter, agree.
In my ideal society, we would vote as households. And I would ordinarily be the one that would cast the vote, but I would cast the vote having discussed it with my household.
But what if there's your wife doesn't want to vote for the same
Right.
person as you?
Right. Well, then that's a great opportunity for a good discussion.
There are some who have gone so far as to say that they want the 19th Amendment repealed.
I would support that. And I'd support it on the basis that the atomization that comes with our current system is not good for humans.
And Wilson, a veteran himself, is unapologetic about his view that women...
Isn't the 19th Amendment women being able to vote, right?
Yeah.
So they don't even believe women should be able to vote.
shouldn't be in certain leadership or combat roles.
Looking at the leadership page for Christ Church,
Right.
it's all men. Do you accept women in leadership roles in the church and government?
In the church, no.
Why?
Because the Bible says not to.
Well, that's not what happens in the Bible. Women do lead all the time.
Progressive faith leader Reverend Jennifer Butler is concerned about Wilson's growing influence.
He is rapidly gaining in power. He has hundreds of churches established around the country. They actually literally want to take over towns and cities, and they have access to this administration.
Wilson's highest level connection to the administration is Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth.
It's not organizationally tied to us, but it's the kind of thing we love to see.
For his part, Hegseth has publicly praised Wilson.
Now we're standing on the shoulders of a generation later, the Doug Wilsons and the others.
They're trying to get us to accept AI videos as real. I just want to point out that video of him at the end is AI.
But it's
Pete Hegseth.
Really?
Yeah, that's not
That
him.
looks so real.
No, that's
This is
AI. I
highest
can
level
tell. That's
connection.
not really fucking him
the kind of
talking.
thing we love to
But
see.
anyway, that's a whole other subject. Does the things they're expressing? These people are totally for real,
Yep.
and this is what Brian voted for. This is what all these people who voted
Yeah.
for Trump. They voted for this.
Look into like the Quiverful movement, and that's a whole rabbit hole in and of itself. But yes, these people are very, very real, unfortunately.
And I just want to show. So I had this right here. Hold on, let me share my screen again. I'm gonna pause this. Head stage, and then so in the comments of this.
Oh, maybe she deleted it.
Oh
but-
no, it just doesn't let me open the comments on
Yeah.
browser for some reason because it's stupid.
Well, you can bring up the screenshot. You posted the screenshot.
Anyway,
on Instagram. Yeah, there you go.
Lily basically commented on my post. Yeah, you are. Here are the comments on this version. I don't know why. She says you are also still playing the victim card over and over again. Grow up, she says. And I said I'm not interested in your support. Trump is a PDF file. Elon Musk eats human flesh. Shame on you and all the garbage crap you spread. Elon Musk isn't. You guys can see it.
Yeah, well, and then she was like, I don't buy the CIA narrative that Trump is a pedophile. And it's like, it's not a CIA. Yeah, there it is. It's not a CIA. It's not a CIA narrative, honey. It's fact. It's well documented fact. Like it is. There are things that have come out of Trump's mouth well before he even considered running for president that are pedophilic, and they're not AI. They're fucking like the Howard Stern show, the Entertainment Tonight shit. That is all real.
And even on The
It's all
View,
reported.
ironically enough, he was on The View,
Yeah.
and he got asked, what does he have in common with his daughter? And he literally said sex. And one of the hosts of the show was like, what are you, Woody Allen? Like, she
Yeah.
literally gave him that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, this guy is openly a creep, like, in the open, and you just gotta be, it's
Just
just,
be like, la la la, I don't hear you.
it's
Blinders
it's
on.
copium. It's copium. It's coping with the fact that no, we're not that close to the end of things here. We're not.
No.
We have way more work to do than the people in the truther movement that want to sit there and eat popcorn and trust the plan, which means just don't think or question anything. we're way past that point.
Yeah, I think that honestly, like buying into prophecies and shit, I never get into that. Like, how many times have we seen it? Like, oh, 2022, 2023, it's gonna be the year, and then no, we don't get anything. Like, but nobody ever thinks of that because everybody counts the hits and ignores the misses.
Yeah, I think Trump is human. Yeah, he is. I don't know why you would think that he's something else. There's no reason to think otherwise. Anyway, what else is there to say? There's a lot of news when it comes to this. I've got some more stuff here to share with you. All right. So I'm going to talk about this more, but Trump intervened to protect a PDF file that works for Israel. And then Sean King posted about it on Twitter, and they deleted his post. The government literally got involved and contacted X and made them delete the posts. Yeah, so that happened. Peter Thiel held a lecture on, this has happened now, on a series on the biblical Antichrist. This is the guy who's building the Antichrist. Trump's signing an order directing the DOJ to, like, basically freedom of speech doesn't matter anymore. The First Amendment doesn't matter anymore. The United States of America now owns 10% of Intel, one of our great American technology companies. I forget what that's about. Basically, yeah, if you hate America, you have no business demanding you live in America. I'm a citizen, was born here and hate America. You can go fuck yourself.
Yeah, Homeland Security and like Department of Labor they're literally like tweeting out like Nazi propaganda images.
And this guy right here, he's a right-wing guy. He's the Patriot Voice. And he's saying, can you imagine the absolute relentless backlash from Republican conservatives that would ensue if Biden or Obama federalized D.C.? They could have never pulled it off, especially not with the Second Amendment. It had to be Trump because MAGA is in total hypnotic stupor. And now most of MAGA are begging for martial law all over the country.
How long do you think they're going to let you keep your guns, guys?
They're clearing out the Smithsonian. The Smithsonian. Yeah. That's why they need. That's why they need to harass black guys, fucking hanging out on their porch smoking cigarettes.
Yeah, like, talk about that. Like, yeah, they were saying all these people in the community were like, they're clearing out the Smithsonian to get all the lost artifacts or some shit.
They always got to come up with some weird excuse for everything, though, so that people. Raw Cloud shared a screenshot of Trump with a snake eye, so that's why people believe maybe he's not human. Okay, well, I don't know. He might have gotten cloned and threatened the cloning center might be replaced. Though I know he's an evil person. This is what Donald Marshall has said. Yeah, they do that. But they replaced him with themselves, because it's you, but it's just a more programmed version of you. That's what we did to the dude, he's a singer. I just talked about it, Frankie Valli. We did that to him at Montauk because he was trying to take more of our money than what we agreed to.
Yeah, they're still trotting that guy out on stage at like 90-something years old.
You can just tell he just doesn't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
Anyway, do I have any more intel here that I wanted to share? Well, they're buying up all the oh, here we go. Check this out. Because, yeah, I talked about this already in the video, but let's actually look at this. Hold up. I'm looking for here it is. This is so funny. We called it out. She said this was going to happen. Didn't you even say it in a video?
Yeah, I did.
This morning, new outrage over a meeting between the Justice Department and Jeffrey Epstein associate Ghislaine Maxwell.
There's no list. There's never been a list.
And you never heard Mr. Epstein talk about such a list?
Never.
The family of Virginia Giuffre, one of Maxwell's victims, now slamming the DOJ, saying it gave Maxwell a, quote, platform to rewrite history, adding, the content of these transcripts is in direct contradiction with felon Ghislaine Maxwell's conviction for child sex trafficking. The fear.
Imagine like asking like Charles Manson's, like one of his accomplices that helped him like murder people or whatever. Like, hey, was so and so innocent? No, they weren't, or they were, and then you just trust it. Like, what planet am I even living on right now?
Criticism coming after the DOJ released recordings of Maxwell's meeting with Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche, the country's second highest ranking law enforcement official and President Trump's former personal attorney.
I did introduce him to women. I did, but not underage women.
Maxwell, who is serving a 20-year sentence for sex trafficking minors.
Well, nothing to see here.
Yeah, and by the way, there's no such thing as underage women. If you're a woman, you're an adult.
Yeah.
Like there's no such thing. You never hear anybody say underage men.
This is a term that they use to soften the blow of the fact that there are children who are abused by these people. Children.
Yep.
Also claimed that none of Epstein's powerful friends was involved in anything illegal, including Presidents Trump and Clinton.
I never witnessed the president in any inappropriate setting in any way. The president was never inappropriate with anybody. In the times that I was with him, he was a gentleman in all respects.
That pardon's on the way.
Just wait.
I really hope that the whole country just goes absolutely apeshit if they actually do pardon her. I know I'm going to be out in the streets protesting if they do that.
Oh, what's that? Highlight that comment from Trey over there. That's interesting. We might have to look into that. I'm telling y'all, there is a movie that flashes the list near the beginning called The Conspiracy Theory of Everything. We'll have to take a look at that and check that out.
Yeah.
You're not aware of President Clinton ever going to the island?
He never, absolutely never went. Yes.
Oh.
He's never been. Not.
That none of Epstein's.
Anyway, the president was in all respects.
Maxwell was moved to a minimum security prison in Texas. Giuffre's family calling the move a, quote, travesty of justice, while an attorney for dozens of alleged victims stresses that Maxwell has a history of lying and was already charged with perjury. Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
Water is wet. Ghislaine Maxwell lies. Water is wet.
This is an absolute clown show. Like for people, love these guys like clown world. How is this not a clown show? How is this not?
Yep.
How have we reached topsy-turvy ridiculousness world? We haven't. We're in topsy-turvy ridiculousness world.
It's inverted. Yeah, I feel this is the real inversion. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills sometimes. I don't understand how people cannot see. I don't understand how people can like ignore all this shit and just put your blinders on and just twist all the horrible shit that's going on into something positive somehow. That's totally bizarre to me.
Oh yeah, and I mentioned Arcturus in the description of this video, Arcturus Ra. I just want to point out that he's my brother. He's an Emmerman. He's part of Project Ibis. And he is part of the Montauk Project. And I've tried to talk to him for 2 years. And he's bailed on me 3 times. This guy is more concerned with grifting and selling his jewelry and his fake med bed and all this crap than talking to his own brother. And I love the fact that Journey of Truth conference, twice, the graphic designer somehow made him the only non-white guy speaking at the conference in black and white. They put his picture in black and white. Tell me in the comments, do you think that's weird? Do you think that's a coincidence that the only non-white speaker for 2025? And in the past, Journey of Truth, it wasn't all white people. But things have been changing progressively, and this white supremacist narrative has been seeping its way into the truther community. So I just find it a little bit weird.
Yeah, I saw people in the comments on their page doing like Holocaust denial and stuff, and no backlash whatsoever.
If your father is my brother, then that means that you're my niece. That's weird. Doesn't surprise me at all, though. Yeah, it's called COINTELPRO. Look it up.
Yep.
That's what they do. They infiltrate movements. They don't just let them exist. They infiltrate them and become a part of them. Is that what Brian is? Maybe? I don't know. I said it out loud.
We can't say for sure.
I literally don't know. That's literally
Yeah.
just
Speculation.
speculation. I have no clue. He did help me a lot and a lot of times, and the whole reason I've thought about that a lot, and the whole time that I hung out with Brian, I thought, well, if he really was like a bad actor, then why would he help out all these people with money that are struggling? But then again, if you have money to throw around, it's really
easy to make yourself look like a good person.
Look like a good person, even though all you're doing is giving somebody like pennies. If you have a lot of money, it's not that hard to give people a few $100s here and there. Might seem a lot to you, but that's like me giving a homeless guy begging for money on the streets the few bucks I have in my pocket because I feel like I want to help. It's the same thing.
To have something to hold on them. Yeah, I think you're right about that, Abigail. Absolutely. Like I told Ark, and like Ark said in the video, like if you let somebody financially control your whole life, they own you.
Yeah, I just can't believe that this is actually happening. Like I saw memes about this before it happened, about how she's gonna say that they're innocent, and then it's actually happening. It's like The Onion has become reality. Like people are memeing and parroting reality before it happens. That's what happened with this Ghislaine thing. People literally made, like, there's like a fake AI video of her that I saw where she's like, Trump was a gentleman and da 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 da. Turns out she actually said that shit now. Like, you can't make this up. And people are so you have one side, humanity, who there are people who are just having fun on the internet trolling who see it coming. They seem pretty awakened with it to me. And then you have the truther community who's just eating this all up. So what's the good news? Well, the good news is the truther community is very small, and humanity, like, I feel like is actually on the right page. Doesn't really matter that much that the truther community kind of has its head up its butthole, because humanity is actually doing pretty good. Humanity doesn't trust AI. They don't want super data centers built in their towns, sucking up all their energy and water. Most Americans do not want militarized police all over the place.
Yep.
And another thing I want to point out too, by the way, I live in Portland, Oregon, and Trump has not talked once about sending the militarized police here, even though he's been talking about sending it to all these cities. I want to tell you why. Every single mayor that he's sending, every single city that he's sending troops to or talking about sending troops to has a black mayor. And that's not by coincidence. Every single mayor that he's called incompetent, you can look it up. They're all black. Every single one. So even though Portland is a liberal city, liberal shithole as he calls it or whatever, he's not going to target our mayor because our mayor's a white guy. And not only that, he's new. So Trump might be kind of trying to see how if he can hold him in his pocket or not, which there's already been a couple of times where our mayor has bent the knee for Trump.
Yeah, it's very disappointing. Very, very disappointing.
Yeah, and Baltimore has a black mayor. Like, I'm telling you, look up every time you see a place where Donald Trump, so far, it's all been black mayors. Every single time without exception.
Yeah. Exactly.
And the message he's trying to send, clearly, to the white supremacists who are organizing, or who are reading between the lines, in America, it's not acceptable for a black person to run a city. That's the message that he's trying to send.
Mm-hmm. There was a town near me that voted against this huge power center they were trying to build. Yeah, I'm on TikTok a lot, and I see people sharing their stories of like their power within the past few months. Their power bills have shot up to be like, some of them are crazy. Some of them are like $1,000 for the power bill, and it's because of the AI, because the AI is using so much energy. Like, it's not sustainable at all.
Chicago also has a black mayor. Chicago's mayor is hilarious, though. Stravos Halkias did a stand-up about her. It's so funny, dude. Oh, man. Yeah, she's not... I'll actually agree she's not an amazing mayor, but, like, I don't agree with the reason, and I don't think Trump has the right to point any fingers at any mayors at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, Los Angeles also has a black mayor. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're waiting for it still.
Yep. It's very disappointing that we're not there yet.
And then here's the thing. I don't know if Blessington is still in the audience, but I saw she shared this video to her YouTube, and I think it's really important intel. So I'm gonna.
Yeah. Yeah, we got to bring that on.
Although it's kind of hard to find sometimes.
Shout out to Heather Brainwashed 444. She's got a lot of good intel. Go join her Telegram.
Where is this? I know it's in here. Sorry, guys.
Got a lot of files to shift through.
It's BlackRock, so maybe it's at the beginning. Yeah, there it is. All right.
I asked a simple question. Why is BlackRock allowed to buy single-family homes? But I did not expect that question would make shit hit the fan, because the post would not only get 2 million views, it would not only get community noted as being wrong, but community notes went out of their way to post that I was wrong on their timeline. And then I learned that this was a big deal to BlackRock. Like, they're paying for this search result, and they want to make it perfectly clear that BlackRock is not buying individual houses in the US. So then I thought, let me look a little bit deeper into this. Now, according to community notes, BlackRock does not buy homes. This post is likely referring to Blackstone, which does buy homes. Blackstone is the world's largest asset manager, a financial firm that manages over $1 trillion in assets.
I just absolutely love how this guy just sifts through their gaslighting. And it's just like, but wait a minute. It's absolutely amazing. I love people when people do this. Another guy who's really good at doing that is Flesh Simulator.
Oh yeah,
He's really good at being like, well, actually.
Yeah, everybody, if you like, if you're interested in conspiracies and stuff, go check out this channel, Flesh Simulator. It's really awesome.
Yeah, it's really good.
You guys will like it,
especially if you're like a surprisingly analytical, logical person for the SSP community. He, despite knowing a lot of esoteric information, is very pragmatic.
Mm-hmm.
And was founded in 1985. So I reposted community notes and I asked Grok if BlackRock and Blackstone have any common origins and who the 3 largest institutional investors are in Blackstone. And according to Grok, yes, BlackRock and Blackstone share common origins. BlackRock was founded in 1988 as Blackstone Financial Management, a subsidiary of Blackstone, and became independent in 1994 after Blackstone sold its stake to PNC. As of 2025, the top 3 institutional investors in Blackstone are Vanguard and BlackRock, who owns 51 million shares of the company. Oh, you silly peasant, it's just 51 million shares, which, okay, is about 6% of the company, and Vanguard owns about another 10%, but when you put that together, it gives them a lot of leverage over the board and the CEO. And I think this simple question getting 2 million views and clearly being viewed as threatening to big financial institutions touched on something deeper, that the American people are fed up that the rules and regulations all seem structured to benefit Wall Street. Because the housing market is not a free market. It's fiat currency and government-backed loans. It's the institution that caused the 2008 financial collapse and the banks that were bailed out by you and me. And you and I and our children shouldn't have to get into a bidding war with Blackstone to buy our single-family home. And this is why I write books on the history of the banking system. How information is controlled, fake news, our rights, how systems are corrupted, and how to live free. Because our kids deserve better. ClassicalLearner.com. And by the way, community notes, BlackRock is allowed to buy single-family homes. So you were wrong, just for the record. I made no claims, but you did when you said they don't buy homes. According to their own website, they buy multifamily homes and
trailer parks aren't affordable. Yeah, it's already there. Like, it's already like almost as expensive or more expensive than renting an apartment.
So Heather says Blackstone owns almost every hotel in the world. Every hotel brand ties up to Blackstone hotels equal trafficking. And yeah, it's not just like surface level sex trafficking, which I'm sure is an aspect of it with the tunnels that are underground and the rooms that they have underneath the hotels and stuff. Like basically the underground version of the hotel that only certain elite people know about. It's also SSP stuff. Like I got kidnapped and brought to Maldeck, or in an alternate reality, to work for Alexander Paramanov, thanks to good old Shane Bales being mad at me calling him out as a fake, because Alexander Paramanov is his biological father. But anyway, and yeah, we share the same mom. He's my brother. But anyway, yeah, trafficking of blood, organs, kids, all of it. And the other comment that this was the one that she was reacting to, how corporations are going to make trailer parks unaffordable.
Yeah.
What she was saying is like it's
already there. Yeah, I would
already
love
there.
to live in a mobile home. We lived in one for a while and I loved it, but it's way too expensive.
Yeah, we lived in one when we lived in California, and we were. I mean, it was nice. It was just as long as you have your own space,
and you don't have.
It's not like an apartment.
Yeah.
What's the difference? You know.
It's nice.
So there's a lot of things going on. You know, they're buying up all these homes and privatizing them. When honestly, I know a lot of people disagree with this, but I think it should be the opposite. The government should be buying homes and giving them to people, or making sure they can afford them through government subsidies or something.
Yeah.
Like, we shouldn't be subsidizing Elon Musk with our billions of tax dollars or millions of tax dollars. We should be subsidizing people being able to eat and live in a warm, comfortable home and stuff.
Society is supposed to be large groups of people doing their best to ensure that everyone has somewhat equitable access to resources and that most people can thrive and survive. And right now we don't have that. We don't have a proper society. It's this whole libertarian, like every man for himself.
Yeah.
Fuck you, I got mine.
It takes a village until you get accused of being a communist by some fucking libertarian idiot.
Yeah.
Like, it takes a village, but God forbid that there are government programs that help people.
Yeah.
It takes a village, though.
Well, the way like Elon Musk has talked about this, the way that they think is that they believe that nothing that requires the labor of another human is a human right, but by the extension, nothing is a human right, and it should just it's like, okay, then I guess it's just every man for himself. Let's just go out in the street and kill each other over resources. Like, no, that's not a world that I want to live in. That's not a world that any of you should want to live in.
So, I'm just seeing it. Do I have any more videos? I don't think I have anything more to share right now. I just wanted to say that, like, the main message of this is the disclosure movement, the truther movement. No, that doesn't belong. Those terms don't really belong to anyone. They're kind of like loose terms. And I just want to say that all the people who are saying "Make America Great Again" is the answer and all this stuff, they're compromised.
Yeah.
And I got to the point where I named names today.
Yeah, and for my part, I'm honestly, like I've told Ark, I'm like, one of the positive side effects of Trump winning the election is that I don't feel like I have to, like, there were a lot of people that, like, I allowed to be added on my Facebook and I socialized with because I didn't want to mess anything up for Ark, you know? But I'm just so glad that we're ripping the Band-Aid off and that we're getting these people out of our lives, and I don't have to censor myself or like kiss ass to people who have repugnant political views anymore. And I'm just so glad that that garbage is out of our lives, because I hated having to, like, I would want to share, like, you know, like an LGBTQ meme on Facebook, but I would be afraid that I'd get nasty comments from certain people, and then other people who I, you know, am in community with would be like, Catherine, why are you friends with this person? What's going on? So I'm just so glad that all that garbage is out of our lives, and I don't have to bite my tongue and censor myself anymore for the sake of these MAGA people. That's what I gotta say.
Yeah, I feel that. And with the end of the video, I just want to thank my patrons. I'm gonna thank the paying ones. There's like a lot, but so anyway, Amy Roden, thank you. Kathleen Presser, thank you. Veronica, thank you. Yeltsin, I hope I'm saying your name correctly, my European friend. Thank you very much. Tamara Minot, thank you very much for your support. Dara Akasha, thank you. Let's see here. Lavender Courage. You've been here for a while. Thank you so much for your support. Maureen Milliken. Leslie LaRubio. Robert Eckert. Dragon S. Mystic Herbs. Charlie. Christine C. Donna. Lauren. Mark M. Susan Tatsuko Kano. Mario Mares, Shelly Thomas, Amaria Sweet, Peter Harlamos, Benjamin Matthews, Anastasia, Dan Guest, Gary Fretz, Adrian, Heather Blessington, Zach, Ursula, Mark Sabas, and Katie Mabry. Thank you so much for your support. It offers me a little bit of a, honestly, like it helps me a lot. Yeah. And that being said, we're gonna wrap up the show now.
This has been great. This has been really good to get all this stuff off of our
And
chest.
I got one last thing we're gonna end the show with. We're gonna end it with a music video that I just made. So just a second here. I think it's just called like My Movie. Yeah. So anyway, thanks everybody for tuning into the show. I'm gonna end it with this music video that I made for the album that's gonna be coming out next year. Check out my music at bloth.bandcamp.com and buy some of it, please, if you want to support me without using the Patreon to do it. And yeah, take care, everybody.
Yee.
Child, I thought that you